Welcome to another Friday Fundamentals. This one is one of my favorite topics. We're going to be talking about the truth about confidence. Okay. One of the most common things I hear from parents is that they say, I just want my athlete to have more confidence. But let's talk about how confidence is earned. I want to say that again, how confidence is earned, because we have confidence completely backwards in our society. Confidence is a lag indicator. It happens after you do something, not before. So let's understand a few things here. Confidence is like asking for your receipt before you bought anything, right? The receipt comes after the purchase. Confidence is the receipt. The purchase is practice, effort, failure, learning, repetition, courage. You don't get the receipt first, you get it after you've done the work. So this is where it gets really interesting, that confidence is a lag indicator. So what is a precursor? What comes before confidence? Courage. You need to help your athletes develop courage. If you just tell them they're awesome, if you just praise them for their outcomes and how good they did, we think it's helping them develop confidence. It is not. In fact, kids know if they're doing a good job or not. Right? Carol Dweck of the book Mindset talks about this, about praising kids for outcomes. Right? And what ends up happening is they start having a fixed mindset. This is critical for you parents. We get that concept because it's been beat to death in all of us about having a growth versus fixed mindset. But yet we do it in other ways now because we see our kid who maybe had a bad game and you go, hey, you're trying to comfort them. They're sad, as they should be. And you go, hey, you did great. It's okay. And the messaging that we're doing right now to the kids is we're actually killing their courage because they try less hard because the outcome is what's more important here. Isn't that wild? So really what we have to understand is like teach our kids to have courage. Every athlete who's been successful has failed so many times, but they realize that failure did not define them. They could get back up. That is the most powerful thing here, is that they missed their serve on game point. They missed their shot. They missed the pass, the spike, whatever, and they cost the team the game, sure. And they go, you know what? I'm okay. I can come back from this. But the only way to experience that is to experience hard things. So please, if you want your athlete to have confidence, get them to be put in tough situations where they have evidence that they can succeed and also evidence that they failed, and that's okay, that they didn't get the outcome they wanted, but that they keep going and going. I'm telling you, if you can do nothing, parents, but take anything from this, that courage is the lead indicator. Confidence is a lag indicator. Encourage your kids to go after it. And that when they fail, you create what's called psychological safety. That's, hey, this is a soft space to land. And get up and try again. And get up and try again. And get up and try again. I have so many different stories of athletes who time and time again have failed. So I was a coach at Park City High School for about 10 years. And I remember we made it to the state semifinals. This was the second time in the school's history making it to the state semifinals. And had two athletes that went off and played D1. They were sophomores at the time. And what ended up happening is they both had a terrible match. My starting outside, who ended up playing at Dartmouth, she probably had the worst game of her entire life. And it's her sophomore year, right? So she had another chance going forward. And it about broke her. She was just sobbing on the bus ride, and everyone's trying to comfort her and being like, you're okay, you did great, hey, it's okay, you did great, it's just a game. And I stopped him. I was like, no, hold on, she did play bad, and that's okay. We still love you, we still love her. Just be there for her. Just sit there, don't have to say anything, but just say, hey, what are we gonna do from here? Where are we gonna go? And we gave her time to get through the emotions, and she wanted to quit volleyball after that. This is a studly player. She's going to go places. And it really shook her. But here's what's the best part of that story. in those dark moments when we do want to quit, in those dark moments when we do feel that we failed, you're building resilience. And resilience does not have to be like, I'm okay, right? It can just be those small, quiet moments where you wake up the next day and you said, I'm going to try again. And your try that day might be a little less than your best or a lot less than your best, but you still show up the best version you can. But you're building resilience. You're building the way to handle setbacks. And by so doing, you are building confidence. That's the outcome you're getting towards. And so what ended up happening is she decided, hey, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep trying. It was like a muscle. It was small at first and it got bigger. And then we're on our way to state, right? And we're having just the best season of the school's history. We won our region. We've had a lot of news people, articles come out and just talk about our team because it was just such a vibrant, amazing team. And right before the state tournament, she talked to me the night before being like, hey, I am terrified. I am terrified that I am going to do what I did last year and just crumble. I was like, yeah, you may. You may. And that's not going to go away. But here's what you can do is you can focus on being the best teammate. You can focus on being the hardest worker. And if we win, if we lose, there's nothing else you can do about that. But you're going to take all your energy and focus on that. Be the best teammates and have the best time. And now she's a junior, right? And so we go off and we play in our first game. We're the number one seed going to the tournament. And we end up playing awesome, win the first game in 3 sets. Now we're in the Elite Eight, right? In the quarterfinals. And panic sets in. We lose the first set. Panic sets in. And I just see it happening again. And she sees this happening again. And so pull her off to the side. And you can see her breathing is faster. She's getting terrified. And go, hey. Focus on being a good teammate. Focus on being the hardest worker. Don't worry about the performance. Can you go out there and show the world that you are terrified, but yet you're courageous? Energy mirrors energy. Just go out there. And she did not have the best game. That didn't change, but she played good enough for us to win. And guess what happened there? Something just changed in her. I'm getting chills thinking about this. Something changed in her where she felt invincible. Because her game was not great in that quarterfinals, but we won. She got another chance. And in that semifinal game, in that final game, she was untouchable. I'm telling you, no one could stop her that day. And you're thinking, yeah, because she had confidence. No, she had courage. And then she had evidence that if she could do her very, very best, good things could happen. And we ended up winning the semifinals. And we ended up winning the finals in 3 sets and bringing home a state championship to Park City for the first time in school history. It was awesome. It was one of those amazing experiences I learned. And it was a reminder that courage is the best thing you can teach your athletes. And that courage does not mean you are free from failure. In fact, you're probably going to fail very early and very often. But because we failed the year before, and because she failed in that quarterfinal match, so to speak, right, according to the performance she wanted to have, what'd she get? She got experience. And what she get from experience? She got evidence. And through evidence, and we talk a lot about competence, you get that confidence. So remember this, that courage creates experiences, create evidence, and evidence creates confidence. A lot of times you look at the person standing at the bottom of a mountain wishing they were at the top. And they're like, okay, I'm going to go up there when I have confidence. Confidence comes from taking those steps. It's being courageous and just going, right? And it's hard to start. It really is. So please, parents, if you're a parent and wondering how you can help your athlete become more confident, stop focusing on confidence. Take that out of your vocabulary. Just get rid of it. Focus on helping them do hard things. Focus on helping them take healthy risks. Focus on effort. Focus on growth. Help them keep promises to themselves. Because confidence is not something athletes find. It's something they build. And remember, confidence is not the absence of fear. Confidence is the memory that you faced fear before and survived. See you next Friday.